The game that you are watching is the 1999 SMU vs TCU game, and on the surface, it may not seem important, as SMU came in with a 4-6 record, and TCU had a 6-4 record. But this game had huge bowl implications. Implications that could be a financial disaster for one Western Athletic Conference school and one of the conference's bowl partners. The conference absolutely needs TCU to win this game. Before I begin, I ask that you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We got these mini documentaries, podcasts, and more. Over 85% of my watch time comes from non-subscribers, so why don't you stay a while and subscribe? I'll hold your jacket. Now, let's get back to the story. To understand this, we need to understand the landscape of the Western Athletic Conference, or WAC, in 1999. After having 16 teams in two divisions from 1996 to 1998, after the fall of the Southwestern Conference, 8 schools left the WAC to form the Mountain West. So, at the start of the 1999 season, the WAC had 8 teams, and for those 8 teams, they had deals with 2 bowl games, the Las Vegas Bowl and the new Mobile, Alabama Bowl. These bowls had no set order to what teams they picked. With 1 week to go in the 1999 season, 3 schools were in the WAC championship and bowl race. TCU had a 6-4 record and a 4-2 record in conference. LaDainian Tomlinson's 1,849 rushing yards at the time and 18 touchdowns powered the Horned Frogs, along with a defense that allowed less than 20 points per game. Fresno State was 7-4 and 4-2 in conference play, with future Titan Billy Volek leading the Bulldog offense with 25 passing touchdowns and only 3 interceptions at the time, on an offense that averaged 33 points per game. The most surprising WAC title contender was definitely Hawaii, though. After having gone 0-12 in 1998, with the offense only averaging 12 points per game, June Jones and his run-and-shoot offense rejuvenated the Rainbow Warriors as they averaged 28 points per game, on their way to an 8-3 record and 5-2 record in WAC play, already clinching a share of the conference title after beating Fresno State in double overtime on November 13th. Fresno State and TCU still could earn a share of the WAC title in their final game, while Hawaii faced Washington State out of the Pac-10 to close out their season. Fresno State played San Jose State in their final game, while TCU of course faced SMU. So, how was the WAC going to sort out its 2 bowl spots in the Las Vegas and Mobile, Alabama bowls? Notice how the Aloha Bowl or Oahu Bowl was not a bowl partner for Hawaii. Nowadays, we're used to seeing Hawaii play in the Hawaii Bowl if they're eligible, but that was not the case in 1999. According to a report from the Honolulu Advisor on November 20th, 1999, the WAC would need both TCU and Fresno State to finish with less than 5 losses in order to release Hawaii to play in the Oahu Bowl. If Fresno State won its last game to finish 8-4, then the Las Vegas Bowl was going to take them due to their large fan base and proximity to Las Vegas relative to Hawaii and TCU. If TCU beat SMU to finish 7-4, the Mobile, Alabama Bowl would then take TCU and the WAC would release Hawaii to play in the Oahu Bowl. If either TCU or Fresno State lost, then the Mobile, Alabama Bowl would not be obligated to invite them due to them both having 5 losses. If TCU lost and Fresno State won, the Mobile, Alabama Bowl stated they would prefer to have Hawaii if they finish 9-3. Yes, you heard that right. The Mobile, Alabama Bowl would pick Hawaii over TCU simply because of their record. If both Fresno State and TCU lost, Hawaii would have gone to Las Vegas Bowl. Hawaii playing in a bowl game on the mainland is nearly unprecedented, as it only happened once to that point when they played Illinois in the 1992 Holiday Bowl, and that was a special occasion as the Holiday Bowl was the longtime destination of the WAC champ from 1978 to 1997. I don't need to go into the logistics of why inviting Hawaii to play in a bowl game in Alabama over TCU, who's in Fort Worth, Texas, is a bad idea, so I'll move on. I think this whole scenario is interesting because it represents a shift in the perception of bowl games since 1999. Now, don't get me wrong, I love bowl games, but with 42 bowls have kind of lost some significance. In 1999, there were only 23 bowl games for 114 teams. For conferences like the WAC, who only had 2 bowl spots for 8 teams, and even the MAC, which had 1 bowl spot for 12 teams, bowls were a chance to show their conference's might and get a rare appearance on national TV. The WAC saw its bowl games as a chance to showcase its strength, which was important since 8 members had just defected the Mountain West before the 1999 season. The WAC wanted to show they were still a force to be reckoned with, and they felt a 9-3 Hawaii team would showcase the conference better than a 6-5 TCU or 7-5 Fresno State. In the end, Fresno State won its last game against San Jose State on November 20th, leaving TCU's bowl fate and the Mobile, Alabama's bowl fate dependent on its game against SMU on November 26th. TCU delivered and shut out SMU 21-0 with LaDainian Tomlinson rushing for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. As a result, Fresno State got the Las Vegas Bowl bid against Utah. TCU played Southern Miss in the Mobile, Alabama Bowl, and the WAC released Hawaii to play in the Oahu Bowl against Oregon State. Hawaii beat Oregon State 23-17 in the 1999 Oahu Bowl, as Avian Weaver had 84 rushing yards and 65 receiving yards on his way to MVP honors for the Rainbow Warriors. Fresno State lost to Utah as Mike Anderson ran for 254 yards to power the Utes to a 17-16 victory in Las Vegas. TCU beat Southern Miss as the Horned Frogs defense held Southern Miss to -16 rushing yards, and LaDainian Tomlinson ran for 124 yards while also leading TCU in catches. Hawaii would bowl in the mainland twice, in the 2008 Sugar Bowl against Georgia, losing 41-10, and in the 2020 New Mexico Bowl in Frisco, Texas, beating Houston 28-14. We're so used to seeing Hawaii play in the Hawaii Bowl when they're eligible, but one year, in 1999, the Western Athletic Conference thought Alabama was the best place to be during Christmas time. Like and subscribe for more videos. Goodbye.